Welcome and thank you so much for joining us on KHOU 11+. I'm Trayson Bragg. We've got heartwarming stories that'll leave you feeling good about the world around you. From a man reunited with his emotional support dog after a terrifying theft to a courageous firefighter who saved a feisty little Chihuahua in a dramatic rescue. It's all ahead in part 3 of Good News Only 2024.
It's been a tough 9 days for Rob Trevino. This after some men broke into his car last week and stole his 3-year-old dog, Dulce. But she's not an ordinary dog. She happens to be an unofficial emotional support dog for at-risk kids in a youth program where Rob works. Today, HPD putting out a person of interest.
That person now is a person of interest in this case. We would like to speak with him.
And within hours, that person of interest went and spoke with detectives. He said he had nothing to hide, but wanted to help.
I don't want no reward. I want to give his dog back, and y'all gonna have a reward.
Yeah. And after a few hours of back and forth with various people who called, Rob got the call he was waiting for. Right after 8 p.m., 2 young men gave the dog to Lieutenant Kennedy. And Lieutenant took the dog to Rob, who was ready for her with open arms. A perfect reunion.
I can't even express it. She's home. She's home now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for helping me find her.
He's grateful for those officers who stepped up to help to look for her.
My team, Downtown Crime Suppression Team, has worked very hard, doing everything we can to try and find her, and I'm just really glad that we're able to bring her home.
Now, Rob says Dulce will spend the night getting all the loving she missed out on as she prepares to go back to work next week to help those kids who miss her so much. Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
A feisty response to a rescue. Burby, a young Chihuahua, stuck on the support of a pedestrian bridge in Sims Bayou Friday. And when a Houston firefighter tried to get her into the water, she went.
She was so tiny. She's probably 5 pounds.
Independent dog rescuer Judy Hausler got called to the scene and saw the whole thing unfold.
She started standing up barking at the yapping, more yap than bark. Really, it was kind of cute.
She even brought a catch pole to try and help.
I did not have to use this on her, but I thought maybe they could have.
Luckily, the firefighter got a hold of the doggo and brought her to dry land.
After little Burby was taken out of the water, the next step was trying to find her owners. In the meantime, that's when Judy stepped up to take care of the Chihuahua.
It just worked out that I was there, and I said, I'm going to take the dog and I'll find it a home.
Burby stayed with Judy overnight, and Saturday morning, after getting a tip about who Burby's owners were, Judy safely returned the little pup to them.
Burby is going home. Her people are here. They're overjoyed.
Tears shed by all at this emotional reunion.
They were all crying, and the grandma's going, Mama, Mama, come here, baby, come here. And it was just so sweet.
The family says Burby had been missing since Monday, and they tell me they're thankful to everyone, including Judy, who helped bring their baby home. Judy says they'll be going to her vet to get Burby microchipped so this does not happen again.
You must spay, neuter, and chip your dogs.
Reporting from Sims Bayou, Orco Manna, KHOU 11 News.
Burby's owner is grateful her little Chihuahua is back at home. It's all thanks to a firefighter using all this gear to get her safely to shore. Houston firefighter James Boyd is a 7-year veteran of HFD's rescue team, but little did he know on Friday he'd be saving a dog for the first time.
I guess some people have cats in trees, and we have Chihuahuas on the bayou.
The rescue crew at Fire Station 42 got the call to get Burby the Chihuahua off the pylon of a pedestrian bridge at Sims Bayou. After getting their gear,
we have a dry suit that protects us from the bacteria.
Someone needed to go in the water.
Being the rookie on the truck that day, I volunteered for it.
In the now viral video of the rescue, Boyd is seen making his way to Burby. But she was a little feisty, barking and scooting away on the concrete.
And I kind of talked to her, thinking that might help or something.
That didn't seem to work.
It kind of turned to a growl when I got closer, and I was like, oh yeah, the gloves might come in handy on this one. So she did pinch my fingers a little bit. It wasn't really bad. but I was glad it wasn't an 80-pound Rottweiler.
Burby then jumped in the water, but Boyd was able to guide her to dry land.
Burby is going home. Her people are here. They're overjoyed.
Burby reuniting with her owner, Marissa Ortiz, the next day.
My baby's home. My baby girl's home now.
Ortiz beyond thankful for what Boyd did.
I owe him a tremendous amount of gratitude because he jumped in to save my baby's life. Not too many people would do that. And just with those 2-3 days of her being gone, it was like a part of my family was missing.
She only has one regret.
I apologize for her biting you. I genuinely apologize for that.
Luckily, just like Boyd, Burby is doing okay.
By the grace of God, she ended up coming out of it unscathed.
It means a lot to her, and Boyd too.
I love dogs myself. And it's always great to have a good story around the holidays like this.
Burby turns 2 years old next month, and her owner says she just got her microchipped just in case she runs away again. Reporting from East Houston, Orca Manna, KHOU 11 News.
A total of 35 kids are expected to be adopted in the greater Houston area today. We got a chance to catch up with one family right before a set of 3-year-old twins named Gavin and Zoe joined their big, happy family.
You being shy.
At first, Robert and Andrea were just supposed to foster these twins, a young brother and sister duo. However, quickly, Gavin and Zoe wiggled their way into their hearts.
Can't see it any other way without them. So, you know, it's one of those things like,
Right, buddy?
yeah.
I love you.
I know you're being shy. I know, Mama.
It was a long road to get here. Almost a year and a half is how long the adoption process took, as soon as Robert and Andrea decided they wanted to add these precious 3-year-olds to their strong family unit.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. There's no way, like, when they were like, hey, we'll take them back in the system, we're like, no. Like, our kids, you know, because we have 4 others, and I think it was from day one when our little girl Mila was like, I love them, can't be without them, and our children have grown, their hearts tremendously, their minds emotionally.
Associate Judge Katrina Griffith tells us many of these kids waiting for a forever home have been through tough times.
A lot of them have been through very traumatic events that led them to coming into CPS care. Right, it's usually a lot of drugs were involved, domestic violence, you had physical abuse, you have sexual abuse.
Judge Griffith says families can often be torn apart in her courtroom, but today, new ones are being created. If you've ever felt the need to take a child in, Robert and Andrea suggest you start with fostering them first.
You want to be there for someone and, you know, not necessarily adopt, but just like be there, and you can, try. You're going to deal with some tough situations. It's weird emotionally, mentally.
But then they say if you choose to take that next big leap of faith, it could be the most rewarding thing you ever do. Right now, there's still a total of 255 kids waiting to be adopted in the greater Houston area. If you're interested in learning more about adoption, you can visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Reporting from the Juvenile Justice Center, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11 News.
The market is celebrating 44 years of festive fun and holiday cheer. The doors open today at 8:30, and you can see it has been a busy crowd. A lot of these people been here since the early morning, shopping, finding gifts for themselves, for others, and we've got someone here who can share some tips for you. Angie, this is 44 years, another busy and exciting year. What can people expect?
Well, this, as you said, is our 44th annual Nutcracker Market, and as you can see, the crowds are great. We're having a great time. People are shopping, they're indulging in a little chocolate martini and mimosas and dressed in their holiday finest and really having a great time.
Now, we've seen a big crowd since the morning. Any tips for people coming for the first time? It can be a little overwhelming.
Absolutely. Well, my best tip is to wear comfortable shoes. There's a lot of walking, there's a lot to see, a lot of fun things. And so that would be my first tip. My second tip is to consider coming later in the day. And so our crowds really die down after 3. And the last 3 hours of the day, we have half-price tickets. So later in the day is a great day to come. You can check our hours at nutcrackermarket.com because they do vary from day to day. What do you hope people take away from this year's experience? Well, I hope that people just love celebrating the holiday season. This is really an unofficial kickoff to the holiday season. You can get everything that you need for the holidays here. There's festive attire, there's home decor, there's yard decor, you name it, we have it here. And it's all for a great cause. So you might know that this is the Houston Ballet's largest annual fundraiser. The money that's raised here goes straight back into our community to pay for scholarships for aspiring dance students and our community education programs.
And the market will be going on for 4 days, so want to make sure you come and grab everything you need.
That's absolutely right. Please join us.
Well, this is an exciting year, 44 years, a really big deal. The doors close today at 8 p.m. and they'll open back up tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. Reporting at NRG Center, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
The light displays this season are truly remarkable, and as you'll see, the lights are shining brighter this year than ever before. The holiday magic is alive in Rosenberg, where families have begun to flock to a magical emerald castle. What's inside will amaze you.
So you can really fill your whole night with memories.
Rochelle Salinas is the spokesperson for the magical winter lights at the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds this year.
So we've gone bigger and better than ever before. There are more lanterns, more activities, more artisans. The acrobats are back.
For less than $30 for an adult ticket, you can spend hours wandering through the installations here that emerge from storage containers for 2 months every season. Each one is created by hand. In its 10th year, the Magical Winter Lights is a place to visit this holiday season at its new home in Fort Bend County. Back in the city of Houston is where you'll find the wildlife has come out at night. The Houston Zoo's Zoo Lights brings to life the animal kingdom for families during the holidays, starting at 5:30 each night. Tickets here cost about $25. And it doesn't have to get cold in Houston for you to get out on the ice. You can go skating at Discovery Green even when it's 70 degrees. It's also where you'll find a new winged art installation drawing visitors like moths to a flame. Glowing flowers are in bloom at the Botanic Gardens on the weekends this holiday season. Here you'll follow a mile-long trail through its radiant nature display and see the gardens glow. Tickets here are a little less than $30 each. And if it gets too cold to get out of your car, go to Katy. Here on the grounds of Typhoon, Texas, you can drive through the tunnels of light, sync to holiday music for about $40 to $50 per vehicle. We promise the views will be just as magical inside with the heater on.
Meet Twister, this year's entry from Robonauts, one of NASA's 55 high school robotics teams across the country.
My dad's an electrical engineer for NASA. He was around mentoring the Robonauts way back when they started, so...
Before you were involved?
Yeah, before I was born, actually.
Yep, actual rocket scientists mentor these Clear Creek ISD kids, who are already pretty sharp.
There's 3 main subsystems that we use, which is the mechanical, the software, and the avionics.
So what's the contest? It includes picking up rings and shooting them into different goals for different points. This is a small practice pit versus the official competition fields and audience stands, which are huge. If you're good at video games, are you good at this?
It certainly can translate, you know. A lot of the hand-eye coordination is similar.
Altogether, 1,015 teams from 59 countries are here. NASA sends its mobile machine shops to repair busted robots that the kids can't fix themselves. And some teenagers can work 40 hours a week on their project. It's a full-time job.
I think this experience is way more valuable than any work experience that I can get as a high schooler.
There you go. One moment.
Every November, Jim Mitchell
Who's knocking on my door?
looks forward
Hi. How you doing, guys?
to these little knocks on his door.
Good morning. Oh, thank you. Ooh, I love those hearts. Oh, sweet.
This year, kids from the Children's Lighthouse at Harvest Green stopped by to thank him and the other veterans living at this Richmond senior community, a gift that warms Jim's heart.
Thank you, darling. Just overloaded. Overloaded all the way.
But behind those tears of joy is also heartache.
I hope they don't have to go through it. what so many of my brethren did.
Jim served in the United States Air Force for 20 years. He was just 19 when he joined.
Some of the fondest and scariest sometimes was Vietnam and Thailand.
A time which he says included painful loss.
I lost some friends. And sorry.
Jim eventually got married to the love of his life, Linda, who since passed and had 3 children. Now at the age of 80. Jim says he finds comfort when he sees future generations honoring servicemen and women, including those who made the ultimate sacrifice. In Richmond, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
There's nothing but love and no hate.
This East End home has been in Maria Sendejo's family since her father purchased it 93 years ago.
My father got sick and I took care of him.
Sendejo says she took care of her father for a number of years, then inherited the home after his passing. And after a lifetime of helping others and providing a shelter for those who needed it, she's needed a little help repairing the home that means so much to her. Thankfully, Rebuilding Together Houston answered the call.
And I was surprised. And I was shocked. It's something, to me, it means a lot. Because it's a lot of love. And that's what counts.
The organization rebuilds around 200 homes in our community every year,
We specialize in hazardous home repair.
doing thousands of dollars worth of repair work at absolutely no cost to homeowners like Sendejo.
We had some contractors come out and work on the electrical issues, plumbing issues. They repaired some flooring.
They also put a new roof on the home and called their partner Reliant Energy to bring a group of volunteers to revitalize the home's curb appeal. And guess what? Toro and a few Texans players and cheerleaders showed up to help as well.
I think we're a community of one. Like, this Texan doesn't only mean our organization, it means everybody built in this Houston area, whoever's a Texan, like whoever lives here, we're a community of one and we all gather together to be one.
But they weren't alone. About 20 members of Sendejo's own family showed up to put in work for the matriarch who means so much to them.
We'll be smiling and happy for days and years to come after this because of that smile. When I saw that beautiful smile on my aunt, that just melted our hearts.
And let's just say that smile isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
But I love it.
With all the hustle and bustle, this place could be mistaken for Santa's workshop.
Christmas is my favorite.
The folks wearing the red hats are hard at work, stringing thousands of bells.
They're very, very good at it.
They are part of the community at the Center for Pursuit, a nonprofit that serves adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's essentially a landing spot for when those with special needs become adults and options run dry.
We call it in our community falling off the cliff, because one minute you have all these supports through your school district and the next minute you're wondering what to do.
It also serves as a launch pad, teaching individuals life and social skills, providing housing and residential services.
They take care of me.
They take care of you? How's that?
They make sure I'm safe and they make sure I have what I need.
And even helping people like 24-year-old Caleb Mertz find jobs.
I'm going to be working at a grocery store as a bagger or a cart pusher.
But not before he finishes the work in front of him. Up to 8,000 Jingle Bell necklaces will be made.
They count how many bags we're due.
To fulfill an annual order from Brennan's Houston.
We're doing a little shrimp Chippewa. You know, my mom used to always say, my mom right there, used to always say, you know, just a little Christmas cheer for you. And then she would, you know, jokingly said, and it makes it easier for us to find you if you've had too much Christmas cheer. Can we sit in with y'all?
Owner Alex Brennan Martin came down to see the action himself. He says the restaurant has been placing Jingle Bell orders with the Center for Pursuit for nearly 40 years, and they've become a customer favorite during the holiday season.
And we have some guests who have completely gotten into it. We have, one guest in particular who comes every year, and this gentleman, he looks like Mr. T. He comes in, he's got 25 or 30 of them around his neck.
Jimmy Heldridge is a pro at this and says a little extra cash around the holidays is always nice.
And I have done this every year, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm spending and getting money paid too.
And for the first time this December, she and the rest of the group will get to hand them to customers personally.
I like to make them for people that are comes to the restaurant, and also this is my first time ever giving these bells to them.
Continuing a decades-long tradition while ringing in a new one. Those amazing folks from the center will be at Brennan's Houston on December 2nd to deliver those bells in person and spread some Christmas cheer. If you'd like to learn more about the Center for Pursuit or even volunteer at the facility, you can click on this story at khou.com/Texans Helping Texans. I'm Rekha Muttaraj with KHOU 11 News. Life can't be any sweeter these days for Leslie Runhen.
I feel like I'm living a dream.
She's the co-owner of La Hacienda Bakery, located in East Houston. A Mexican pastry shop that's been open for more than a decade, but is gaining newfound fame thanks to its latest creation, the pumpkin spice concha.
Never in a million years. All USA is coming, driving many hours, flying to La Hacienda for a pumpkin spice concha.
From the long lines to customers driving up to 16 hours.
He bought like $200 worth of just pumpkin spice because he wanted all the family and friends to try them out in North Carolina.
Leslie says they're now working around the clock to keep up with the demand, including shipping nationwide. So what's unique about these treats? Unlike many traditional conchas, Leslie says their stuffed conchas stay moist and fluffy for days. La Hacienda has sold them for a few years, but it wasn't until recently their pumpkin spice version went viral after Leslie showcased them in a TikTok video earlier this month.
So this pumpkin spice crema, we make it in here in the bakery, is from scratch.
The video racking up more than 500,000 views and counting.
Once I cut the concha and I showed them the feeling, how soft, moist, people started going crazy and they wanted to try it.
Including customer Andrew Ong.
The fact that it's Halloween themed and it's also pumpkin spice, so that sounded pretty good, so I decided to just come out and try it.
And keeping fans like Alfredo Zavala coming back.
They're really good. Whether you like pumpkin or not, they're really good.
Now, to put into perspective just how popular these stuffed conchas are, well, Leslie tells me they used to sell about 50 of these a weekend. Since going viral, they now sell more than 2,000 a day, and you can easily see why. They're delicious. Leslie, who works as a sheriff's deputy by day, says she's beyond grateful for the love and support.
I will never even cross my mind people will support us like this. A small business, it's a blessing.
Since the last time we visited La Hacienda back in October, I'm told the bakery's popularity hasn't dwindled a bit. In fact, they've been busier than ever thanks to their latest concha creations with a Christmas twist. New flavors.
These are the pistachio ones, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And new designs. Months after this pumpkin spice concha made this family-owned bakery in East Houston go viral, they're back in the spotlight. Leslie Rangel is the co-owner.
Still can't believe how the support has been going, and it's just nonstop.
La Hacienda's latest creations.
So this is the Concha Claus. This is the one, it's filled with a blueberry cream.
Is helping customers feel merry and bright.
Looks really good. I mean, it's the colors and just the character of everything is just really awesome.
They're really cute. Like, I need to get a couple more to take to family.
Concha Claus, along with the Grinch Concha and candy cane conchas, all with La Hacienda's signature sweet fillings, have once again made this bakery go viral.
Same as the pumpkin spice, it went crazy.
Its latest video once again racking up nearly 500,000 views. Rangel says since launching the Christmas edition, they're now selling 2,000 conchas a day and working 24 hours to keep up with demand, including hiring a full night crew. As for what sets their conchas apart,
secret, if you want to say, is that we really put our heart in the bread and we really put our heart in our customers.
Rangel contributes all their success to them.
It's a blessing. We're very, very happy that the community really has come together to support a small business.
She now hopes to expand the business and continue.
You know, to bring that our bread, which is to unite families. That's the goal.
In East Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
It's always a joy when there's positive vibes only, right? Nobody can fight that. All right. Thank you for joining us as we highlight some of Houston's acts of kindness and hope. We'll see you next time right here on KHOU 11+.